Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. I'm your host, Andrea Epi. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful Monday. It's a brand new start of a bunch of new challenges for these 2 weeks. So I'm excited you guys are all here. I'm excited to be back, and I hope you guys had a really fun time at Adobe Max last week. Let me know if anyone joined that. If you guys had any favorite sessions that you watched last week, I'm interested to hear. So, hey, we've got Laura, we've got Akash, Nyasha. Akash said it is 2:30 a.m. here. You should probably go to bed. I appreciate you watching, but that is very early. Welcome everyone in the chat. We've got Sam. Hey, Sam. Who else? Aditya, Tabish. Welcome, Ariana. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and hop on over to behance.net/challenge/xd. And woo, it worked. I just got a new Stream Deck, which is like, it helps me switch screens a little faster, so I'm very excited about that. All right, so if you want to join along with me, just follow along. I'm on behance.net/challenge/xd, and we can go ahead and get started. So as I mentioned, this is sort of a welcome day. Usually Mondays or every other Monday, it is a welcome day where we introduce what the daily creative challenges are. Of course, we have a new host every 2 weeks, and this set of challenges is starting really tomorrow, sort of. I'll give you the official one tomorrow, and then it's going until November 6th. So of course, go ahead and sign up by hitting this big blue button right here. It'll ask you if you want to, if you don't already have a username already on Discord, you can sign up right there. It'll take you to Discord. And then every day at 8 a.m., you'll get notified in your Creative Cloud up here that there's a new challenge and that you should come on back here and check out what it is. So if you don't really know how this works, I'll explain it today. I'll give you some sneak peeks about what these challenges are going to be. And I want to also kind of talk about some of the new features that were released last week at Max. And so that's kind of what we're going to do today. Go over some of that. And of course, if you've already joined, this might be a refresher, or just, you might learn something new. So welcome everyone. Okay, so how this is going to work is each day I'll give you a new challenge. So you got to sign up and then come back here. And if you scroll on down, you'll see all these squares here. So there's 9 squares. We're going to have 9 challenges. And of course, none of them are showing yet because we're not starting until tomorrow. But this is where it'll appear. So you get a starter file with some of my favorite resources, and just if you want to follow along with me, that will be here. And also you can come back here if you missed part of the stream or something. We'll give you a link and you can rewatch it there. So that's where all of the challenges will be. And of course, if you want to, you can join, like I mentioned, our community chat. We've got a bunch of you guys over on Discord. I think it's like 53,000 of you guys already. So thanks everyone for joining. So if you're not a member, you can just go ahead and click this. It'll bring you back to that login screen. Or if you want to scroll all the way down here, you can hit join us. And this, it's just so fun switching screens now with my Stream Deck. So this is our Discord link, so you can sign up here and join the chat that's going on. So let's hop into Discord and see what's going on. If you've never hopped into Discord before, it might be a little overwhelming at first, but we'll walk through it. So over here, this is where all your servers will be. So we also have like an Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge. We have a Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge one. So we have different Discords for each of those. And then these are all of the channels. So you can hop through each of these. I definitely recommend looking in this current challenge channel. So this is where if you want to submit your work each day to get feedback, you can submit it here. Or if you just want to look in here, I love getting some inspiration from you guys, seeing what you guys are doing each day. And you can see we've got some mentors giving feedback and stuff in here. So definitely check that out. And you can just see who's online. So we've got some Adobe folks over here. You can see what mentors are online at the moment and giving feedback. So this is me. If you see the little purple memoji, that's my memoji. You can chat me in real time. And then let's see what else. We've got the Creative Challenge channel up here. So this is where Gus will let you know when I'm going live. So you can check back there. And if you have any questions, just post it in here, the Ask a Question channel. And I'll also be checking the chat throughout the stream. So the Behance chat, make sure you're in there because I'm not checking the YouTube one at the same time. It's a lot to look at. So that is a little bit about Discord. If you, like I mentioned, if you want to post like prototypes, a link to your prototype, or if it's something like this, that Cherovian, I hope I'm not mispronouncing your name, posted here, like an MOV file, you can export that from XD as well. Or if it's just work in progress, if it's just a screenshot, that's totally fine too. Love to see it all. So that is Discord. Let's see what else. You can also share on Behance when you're done, if you want to. Make like a whole case study. So let's see up here. So this is somewhat recent. We've got this gallery. It's a curated gallery where we've got a few folks that go through and handpick some of you guys' best work. So we love sharing what you guys are working on, and we like to pick some of the best. So you can look through these different categories. Like I mentioned, we've also got the Photoshop one and the Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge. So you can feel free to look through some of these, maybe see if your work is selected, but these are really fun to look at. So this is behance.net/galleries/challenges/XD if you want to look through some of those as well, just for inspiration. So like this is a great one by Frankie. Got the prototype here that we can look through. I love seeing when you guys share the actual like video files. I love that. Or let's see, like this one, Marie Julie. I feel like I always show this one because this is one of my favorites. But this was from when we did a bunch of augmented reality designs for a set of challenges, and she did a design on a mirror and kind of showed her whole process. So this is sort of the kind of things that we're going to be creating. Maybe not this in depth necessarily every day. But what I want you guys to do is just spend don't feel like you have to spend too long on each of these, maybe like 30 minutes to an hour each day. Don't feel too overwhelmed or anything, because this is really just for your own benefit, to learn something new, you know, chat with the community and make some great work for your portfolio. So yeah, you can check through some of these on that curated gallery if you'd like. So what I want to do today, I want to kind of go through the starter file. And this is what each day the starter file will kind of look like. I have a few things blurred out, of course, since I don't want to give it all away just yet. But you will get like this part, not all of this part, in the starter files. And so, like for instance, if we go back to Behance and we scroll all the way down here, you'll see you can look through the past challenges if you want to. So we have a bunch of great hosts that hosts every 2 weeks, and we've been doing this for a while. Like I feel like a couple, maybe 2 years now. I don't quite remember when this started, but it's been a while. So if you ever, you started one of these and you're still working on one of them, you can come back here. Ooh, I'm really scrolling. You can come back here and you can still grab those old starter files. And now we're hosting them on Creative Cloud, not Dropbox anymore. So you can just copy it to your own folders in your Creative Cloud and then download it from there. And you can always rewatch any of those videos just by hitting those blue buttons. And I forgot to mention, of course, if you don't have XD, which I hope you do already, but you can just grab it from right here. It'll take you to this page and you can download the free one if you want. Or if you want to look through the paid options as well, that's fine too. So that's where you can download it. And let's hop into XD. So when you first open XD, so maybe there's some newbies that are joining, welcome everyone. And so that would look like this. So you wouldn't see all of this behind. So this is kind of your home page when you first open it up. So over here on the left side, we're gonna have your home tab, and that's what that'll look like. You got some recent files, you've got your artboard sizes, and we usually highlight like something new that's going on, some of the new features. And then you've got your Learn tab. So this is kind of similar maybe to Howardslutsxd.com, which I'll pull that up. That's another great resource. Where is it? I saved it up here. Okay, here we go. So letsxd.com. Howard always creates a bunch of really great videos and tutorials and freebies that you can download. So definitely check out this video about 3D transform. Really interesting stuff. So if you want to go there, you can hop in there and check out what's going on. And then back to this XD homepage, we've also got your cloud documents here. I'm not going to click on that just because that's some of my freelance work, but take my word for it. That is where your cloud documents will be. And then down here, you've got your manage all of your links, maybe that you'll share with other people on your projects. So let's say we're just going to select one of these artboards, and you can always use the drop down to select a different size. I know sometimes some of you ask, oh, when are we going to do Android or something? And feel free to do whatever different size or platform that you want. So if I'm doing an iPhone one day, you can feel free to do a tablet or a desktop. Feel free to make it your own. No hard and fast rules here. So yeah, just look in the drop box or the drop down there for different sizes. We've got, so those are like the phone sizes. These are the desktop web sizes. And then we've also got social media sizes. Oops, I already clicked on it. And then the other one was just making your own size. So this is what that would look like. And you'll notice up here that this is, it's already saving right now, right away, but this is what a cloud document looks like. So I only started using cloud documents pretty recently actually, and it's amazing because it saves in the background and you're less likely to lose all of your work, which is awesome. So once it stops saving, in this little drop down up here, you can actually go back to your different versions. So if your client one day is like, oh, I hate all these changes that you did on Tuesday, let's go back to Monday's designs. You can go back to your saved different versions. So that is really awesome. Kind of helps with just like keeping track of all your files so it doesn't get too messy or anything. Everything's just in one file. So that is, it's still saving. I might have to let me just restart. Force quit. Okay, I'll ignore that. And then here we go, starter files. And then if you don't save it as a cloud document, you would not see that little cloud icon up there. And it's still opening, that's okay. All right, so let's make this a little bigger so you guys can see. So I do want to kind of go through just some of the basics and maybe some new things that you guys haven't explored yet from the new features from last week. So let's see, up here, I'll always tell you guys, what day it is in the challenge. And then directly below that, we'll talk about just what the challenge is. Of course, this is blurred out, not giving everything away. But then on the right here, I always like to kind of highlight somewhere in XD that you can learn, maybe that you didn't know about before, whether it's, component states over here or auto animate in the prototype tab up here. We'll explore something new each day. And then again, this is blurred out, but this will be your inspiration that I'll provide. And check out the resource booklet, because in here, you can hop in over here in the component states through some of these different tabs, and I'll show you guys what some of my favorite resources for like tutorials and where I get my photos up from and fonts. Really all I use is Adobe fonts there, so there's only one in that tab. But icons, some of my favorite websites for icons. So check out that. And again, this is all in the starter file. And then at the bottom, we've got where to share your work. So Behance, if you want to share with the keyword XD Daily Challenge, and I will show you how to do that real quick. Let's go to, I'll just go to my my Behance. So if you already have a project created, you'd go to Edit, and then over in Settings, you would add the keyword XD Daily Challenge under Project Tags right there. So that is where you would find that if you're going to share, and of course on Discord. So that's kind of what the starter files will look like. And as I'm going through, just kind of looking through some of the new features and such, I wanted to revisit one of the challenges that we did, I think it was back in April, and we did a whole series about augmented reality designs. And gosh, I sure wish that I would have had 3D transform back then, because that would have been, I would have used that every day. So let's kind of dive into that. All right, so over here, nothing really new here. These is where, you know, all of your shapes are, squares, circles, triangles and such. And one thing to note is in the triangle, so some of these, there are some things that are hidden a level deeper. In the triangle, you've got also your stars. So over here, you would just come over here and add a few more points. And then if you hover over the center of each of these little lines here, let me zoom in, then you can just adjust like how far you want that center of that star to be. So if you're ever looking for a certain shape or something, just consider that it might be a level deeper. Let's see, so we can keep, let's say we want to keep a little rectangle here. We'll make just like, this will be like a sort of smart screen for our fridge, telling us like what time it is, how much fruit we have left, how many veggies maybe. So this one we did back in April, and I think I saved it as one of my Behance projects if you want to go back and look at the full thing. So all of your shapes are over there. Of course, pen tool and everything, same as always. And one trick I just want to mention with the pen tool, I know sometimes if people are like switching over from different programs, it's a little bit different than like Illustrator, for instance. So like, let's say we create just this random shape with our pen tool. If you double click, that will change your corners from rounded to straight edge. So that's a little bit different. And then of course you can drag the edges there. But for everyone else, that's pretty much the same. And then of course we've got our artboard sizes over here. So you can just start clicking and dragging whatever size you want, or you can come over here and choose whatever pre-made sizes that they already have. And then if you ever want to rename any of your artboards, just double click in the title up here and you can just rename it Artboard 1. It was already Artboard 1, but you get the idea. All right, and then let's remove this border. Okay, a big change was over here. So you'll notice libraries. This panel down here looks a little bit different. So you'll notice that we've got our document assets are still here. So you just got to click on that first little button up there. And we've still got all of our colors, got some purples already saved, all of our character styles, so our fonts and stuff, and all of our components. Of course, you have to create these yourself, but those are all mostly unchanged. But if you go back here, you'll notice that if you have different projects, like let's say, for instance, I'm a freelance designer, so I have a bunch of different like style guides and different like sets of components depending on what project I'm working on. So this is really nice because you can save, like for instance, this is Adobe Live Freelance. So in here I just got a bunch of different like stock photos, mostly stock photos really, that I use for the daily creative challenges, but you can save it here. And this is a lot more integrated with just like Creative Cloud libraries in general now. So it'll go back and forth a lot easier. So if you change something here, it'll update elsewhere and vice versa. So that is really cool. Very exciting update for me. So let's say in here, I'm just gonna drag some fruit into our little fridge design here. I'll group these together. group and bring them down here. And I do not want responsive resize on. So responsive resize is great for when you need to create a bunch of different platform sizes. So maybe, you know, mobile, you're also doing a desktop app and doing responsive for like tablet size as well. So it kind of can help you guess with just where things want to go on your artboard. So that can save you a ton of time. And we'll get into that in maybe one of the future challenges. So maybe we want some fruit here. Maybe we'll also add a title. We'll say fruits. Pretty simple. And then you'll notice our text is a little bit different over here as well. So this is new. We've got a few different bounding boxes right there. And again, we'll explore that a little bit more on future challenges. But let's just keep that right there. And maybe on the right, we'll say we have like 6. Make this a little bit smaller there. And let's see, what else would we want here? Maybe we'll say like 7 a.m. here, what time it is. Just kind of the simple things that you want when you're opening the fridge. Obviously, like no one is going to stand there for a long time since you're standing. But just trying to think about some things that I would use on this sort of fridge thing. Maybe the date, October, or I'll just make this kind of shortened. And 26th, I believe it's the 26th. And we can just kind of set those right there. Group those together. Maybe we have another row here for drinks. I've got some drink pictures. And let's drag some of those in. And you'll notice over here also that some of these assets that I've already got from Adobe Stock have these little links on them. So that means that it's a component, maybe it was used in another file already as well. So you can see if you hover over it, it gives you a little bit more info. It'll say up to date, document, and it'll tell me what document that this was originally made in. So it was made in XD, DCC, Day 2, Smart Fridge. Bit of a mouthful, but that was when we did a Smart Fridge design. So that's kind of fun too, that it gives you all those details. All right, so let's drag these little drinks in there. Drag those down a bit. And I specifically chose this design or this previous challenge because, I mean, this looks really terrible right now, but I'm doing it really quick because I want to show you maybe my most favorite feature that was released last week at Adobe Max. So let's go ahead and just like group all of these together, all of these little elements, Command G to group, and then let's see, let me finish up kind of explaining over here. We've also got, of course, your layers panel. So it depends on if you're clicking on a certain element. So right now I have this element selected. Or if you don't have anything selected, then you'll just see all of your artboards listed up here. And you can go ahead and go in here and rename them and stuff if you want. But, you know, you'll see all of your layers here. You can, you know, rearrange them by just clicking and dragging them. And then below that, we've got our plugins. So a few of my favorites, of course, that I use all the time. UI Faces, you guys know I love that one. Lorem Ipsum will fill in a bunch of placeholder text for you. Nice for just like waiting for your copywriter to get you some more text or information. Whiteboard, love this one. So this gives you a bunch of templates that UX designers can use. So it's got like affinity mapping. What else? Card sorting. We've got a customer journey map. What else? Empathy map. There's just tons in here. And they've got these cute little post-its. So definitely check out Whiteboard. I love this one. All right, but, oh gosh, I've got to wrap this up. But I wanted to show you real quick. Over here, this is brand new, the transform. Ooh! So if you click this while you're selecting something, it will make it 3D. You guys, this is so exciting. I can't wait to do some challenges for this. But if you just start selecting and clicking and dragging, it will rotate it along the x-axis, y-axis. So fun. Like, I would have used this so much during that whole series that I did augmented reality designs. So play around with that, and I have like hardly any time left, but I really quickly want to go through some sneak peeks of what we're going to be working on during these 2 weeks and see if you can guess the theme. And it's kind of like a vague theme, but see if you can guess. All right, day 1, which is tomorrow, we're going to be doing something with pet costumes. Day 2 will be campsites. Day 3, we'll be working on a design to do with biking. Day 4, we'll be doing something with pumpkin decorating. And day 5 will be all about a fall festival. Day 6 will be fall foliage, and no one's gonna guess this one. Like, that one is very kind of niche. Day 7, we'll be making a design for an apple orchard. Day 8, we'll be making a design with pie decorating. And day 9 will be cabin rentals. So that is a little sneak peek. And close, Richard. The theme is just sort of like autumnal, like fall sort of theme, but very close. I mean, pretty much the same thing though. All right, guys. Unfortunately, that's about all the time that I have left for today. Thank you all so much for joining our welcome day, and I'm excited to start tomorrow for our brand new set of challenges. So don't go anywhere. In about 5 minutes, we've got Doodle Therapy with Alice Lee, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone.